And that's what I come to find out, is that somebody was lying for sure. There were, and I could see it like when I went back up to New Jersey, and just the way people would react when I would say it was exhausting, dude. Try to get the word out for sure. But you could almost feel it, you know. I would turn on the satellite option on my AT&T thing. I would like feel everything change. This is the most important part of the story almost right here. And so I'm going up into Georgia, and I still remember perceiving like my mother crying because she knows something. And I don't know, this is just perception and everything, but she's like, he's gonna get lost out here, and we can't do anything about this. And so I can't tell you exactly how it was going down, but I drove up in chronological order. I get to Savannah, I drive towards Atlanta, and then so you could imagine pulling up in Atlanta, and then there's I'm still perceiving that there is a problem between Nick Rebecca's grandfather and stuff, and like us. And at this point, I am now perceiving that they're taking areas. Like they're trying to like take areas and use me to do it. And it makes me very somewhat angry almost. But then like at times I'm just very flustered about the whole thing, and it's very confusing. And there's like things in my car, for example, but now that I know, they're like possessed with spirits and stuff. And so I remember like looking through my car, and like I'm heading towards Atlanta. And what I decided to do at that point, something, I forgot what it was. This is when I deleted my Facebook account, which in turn deleted my VR account. And this is where I perceived that like I know this is gonna sound like unbelievable or something, but the sun moved. The moment I deleted my Facebook account, the sun moved, and it felt like there was this massive power expulsion or something. And I think I can explain to you what it was. And so like let's just start off with the sun moving. So how would you react if the sun fucking moved? So I tried to stop it immediately. I was like, whoa. And then I know like what the sun is now, and I know what the moon is now, but perceiving through my perception. Like the moon is a Pokeball, the sun is a dragonfly. And I perceive also that there's like multiple suns. You know what I mean? Like there's territories, right? So you have like territories. That's the way I was feeling it and perceiving it. And so I hear this guy in my head too. He's like, did I just lose my mind? And I'm just sitting there like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I just deleted my Facebook account. I'm trying to get rid of this stuff. And this is serious though. And I felt I could have continued to make the sun move, like if I wanted to, but I immediately channeled into like positive subliminals for as quickly and on my feet as possible. You could imagine when something like that happens. And then into like breathing tracks. And this whole time this is a very important word. I was gauging, I was measuring, I was watching what was happening and the effect through certain tools. So for example, the traffic was, or my YouTube shorts and my Instagram shorts, the AIs. But a big one was like the traffic and everything. And what I believe happened was behind, like in my Facebook account, they had a full, like, they were using my Facebook account along with all of my other headsets and somehow using AI to create like multiple personalities of me and something of the sort. And so when I deleted it, they were released. And it was so powerful, it scared the sun. So I did everything I could. And then this is where it gets fucking insane though, right? Like, you think that's not insane. That's probably, the truth is that I never, at that point, I just figured this is game over, bro. Like anybody who can do that, and now I know there's probably, now that I think of it, it's probably like very specific, maybe like a one-time thing, now that I think of it. But in my mind, and actually until now, that was life-changing. I was like, dude, if there's anything that can make the sun move, like that's like game over. You know what I mean? That's like, I was like, dude, there's nothing, like, there is no fighting anymore, dude. Like, that's like discovering the nuclear bomb or something. So I head back towards Savannah, and then it's dark now, and I forgot exactly how it went up, but went down. I forgot what it was. I'm still connecting with like signs. I remember being in this one area, connecting somehow. I still, at this point too, I don't know what, like, I imagine that activated it or something. And I pull up at this Indian guy at the Shell, or the Hell, you know what I mean? The Shell. Keep in mind, I didn't even talk about how I pulled up at Charlotte at one point before this even happened, if I remember correctly. That was a very, very important part that I have to revert before I tell you about what happened after this, when I went up into Savannah and everything. I went into Charlotte. This is embarrassing too, but this is the type of shit I was doing. Like, I did not care. When you see these type of things, it's like you literally, like, you stop caring in time. I continued to do embarrassing things, actually. There were like slaves. Like, I could smell them. I could still actually, and it's very distinguishable, like somebody who's smelt them, for example, and then somebody who hasn't. Like, that's a big thing. Like, it's like, you know what it smells like death, like what death smells like. and it was going on there in Charlotte. I also had this perception that there was a very, very large spider there, and they weren't like, they're just like, I saw an alien before, and like, I love the alien, I would love a giant spider as well. And it seemed like to be very sensitive and communicable, like it could communicate. Again, this is just my perception. Excuse me. They. Especially that, right? That's they. Chilling. Anybody who could communicate should be respected. I came to learn this over time, thinking about it. Another thing is Jessica Heslop. Like, I go to sleep and I listen to her. Like, she like possesses my body almost. You know what I mean? Like, I go to sleep to the "You Are" affirmations. It's like a drug. And so that has a play in this, where I pull up in Charlotte, and again, it's like I'm pulling up on, like, for a fight or something. Like, I'm pulling up on them or something, which is obviously not what I'm doing. But I also had an idea that Matt, my uncle Matt, was there. And nobody talks about this guy, dude. Like, not even once have I ever heard my family bring up Uncle Matt Tenner, dude. He's like Uncle Dave's brother or something, like his cousin, And not once, I swear to God, not even one time. And who I think is also a lawyer, right? And so that's happening there. I remember I'm like doing crazy ass things, like scanning my eye onto, and I'm trying to, what's going through my head? Like, what am I trying to achieve here?